Good afternoon. This is Paul Seegers for the National Park Service. We are here in Far Rockaway with Sarah Crespi, who came from Turkey in 1914 when she was 10. Good afternoon. Mrs. Crespi, could you please give your full name and your date of birth, please?
My name is Sarah Crespi. I was born September 1st, 1903.
I see.
And I came from Turkey, Ankara.
What is your maiden name?
My maiden name was Sarah Asher.
Could you spell that, please?
A-S-H-E-R.
I see. And I'm sorry, where in Turkey did you come from?
I came from Ankara, Turkey.
That's A-N...
A-N-K-A-R-A. But now they call it... I came from Ankara, but then it was Angora, A-N-G-O-R-A.
I see.
They changed it to Ankara years back, but when I was in Turkey, was Angora.
What kind of a town was this? Was it a big town?
It wasn't a big town. During the Inquisition, Turkey opened their doors and took all these people in. They were very good to the Jewish people. And since then, my ancestors, they settled in Ankara, which is now Ankara. And we used to get very good, they were very good to the Jewish people.
I see.
Some of them, during that Inquisition, some of them went to Greece, they went to other parts of the world. But my ancestors settled in Turkey. They're still there, from...
In that town, Ankara, did both your father's side and your mother's side come from that town?
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about your father. What was his name?
My father was Joseph Asher.
Yes. What did he do for
And he used to be a tinsmith in Turkey.
What did he do exactly?
He used to solder. He used to make lamps. There we didn't have electricity. They used to use gasoline lamps, kerosene lamps. He used to make little lamps and sold them. That was...
How did he sell them? Did he have a store?
He had a little bit of a store, and people used to come from outside of the outskirts, from the outskirts. They used to come and buy those little things. Sometimes they used to bring to solder some things they had broken. My father used to solder it for them, and that was his livelihood.
I see. Can you describe the store to me? Do you remember what it was?
It was a little bit of nothing. I was only 5. I didn't go to the store that much.
I see.
And it was a little store. Only my father could fit there.
I see.
And he had whatever whatever he used to buy to make the little lamps. And that's all I remember. And he didn't make much. It was a hard life to make a living.
Were you poor?
We weren't poor, but we got along.
I see.
We got along. Things weren't that expensive then, but we used to get along. And then my father came to America.
Before you did?
Yes.
When did he come?
My father came in sometime in May 1912.
Why did he come?
Why? My mother had a sister here, and they sent tickets for my father. So he came in May.
Of 1912.
In 1912. And he went into, he started to work. He stayed with them for a while. And then he went to work in a battery factory. He used to solder battery, ever-ready, probably, some batteries. And they didn't make much money. So while my father was with my aunt living there, then he found another place. They used to board. Years back, they used to board in some places. So he must have gone to the east side. But my aunt lived in Harlem. He went to the east side, he boarded with some people, and he was working. He didn't make much money. And at the same time, on Sundays, he used to go shine shoes and make a few dollars. So it came to time that he wanted the family to come to America. He borrowed some money from some friend, and he sent tickets for the family. We were four, we were...
Yes, I wanted to ask you, your brothers and sisters, what were their names?
We were two sisters and two brothers. Mm-hmm. I was the oldest, 10. I have the brother, he was 4 years younger than me, and the sister 6 years younger than me, and then another brother, year and a half.
And what were their names?
My name, is Sarah. Yes. My brother, Eli. And I have a sister, Mary. You want the second names? Mary. And then comes the younger brother, Victor.
I see. Let's talk a little bit about your mother, too. Yes. What was your mother's name?
My mother's name is Julia Asher. Her maiden name was Altman.
Spell that, please.
Altman, Altman.
And did she work?
Oh, nobody worked in Turkey.
No?
They only took care of the house, and they never went shopping either. The men used to do all the shopping. The clothes they used to make home. And so the women didn't have to, they didn't have ready-made clothes there. And that's it. We used to go to school. The children used to go to school. They used to bring teachers from Istanbul to Turkey, from Israeli Alliance, French. They used to teach us French. There weren't any teachers in where I lived.
How far away from Istanbul were you?
Well, by train was about 2 days.
Oh, so it was a long way.
Yeah.
Can you tell me sort of where in Turkey your village was? Was it near the Iraq border, or where was it?
I really won't know that.
I see.
Turkey. Well, now during the war, you can tell where Turkey is in Iraq. It's near.
It's near.
The
town
Turkish.
That you lived in.
Well, the town that we lived, I don't know how far it is, but it was a beautiful town. It was on a mountain. It was a beautiful place. And that's how much I can remember there.
Since your mother is still living, why don't you tell us her birth date?
Oh, my mother's birthday, my sister knows better than I do.
I believe it's 1883, I believe.
1883?
I believe that's what I have written down. We'll check it later.
No, I think it's more. She's going to be 108.
Yes.
Could it be 1883?
Well, we'll check it after the interview.
And she had, and when my father left, and my father sent us tickets, my mother got ready to sell all her belongings to have a few dollars coming here. And we went by train to Istanbul.
Okay, let's. I still want to ask you some questions about for instance, going to school. You said you learned French.
Oh, yes.
Did you ever learn anything about America in school?
No, not America. But we learned about different countries. But I learned here better the geography. There probably was about France and other things, arithmetic, and I used to speak fluently French. Now I don't speak it so well. When I came here, there was nobody to talk with.
No reason to keep it up.
So I...
Could you describe the house that you lived in?
Oh, it was nice.
Yeah.
It was a nice 1 room or 2 rooms we had, and the kitchens were in big outside, in the courtyards. It was the kitchen, and the courtyard was the bathroom. The bathrooms weren't like the ones here. It was like old, like the ones we see in parks. Years back, now they're fancy, but years back they didn't have flushing water or something like that. That's the way the bathrooms were in where I lived, and they used to cook and it was they had a place they had kitchens out there, and they had not a stove, like a bakeries, whatever the bakeries sort of? Ovens, big ovens. They used to Friday they used to cook and bake and do everything there, and to heat the houses they used to have coal. I don't know what they call those things.
Like a stove?
A little stove. They used to put coal, and on Saturdays they used to have people come in. They didn't touch, the Jewish people didn't touch light. They used to light it for them, and they had the stoves like they used to have in the stations, belly stoves, and they used to warm up the apartments.
Where in your one room was the stove? Was it in the middle?
They used to put it in one corner, because they used to sleep in that room.
I see. And, so you did all your living, really?
Yeah, probably that we had 2 rooms. And one room, and we didn't have no beds. We all slept on the floor.
Slept on the floor. Was it a wooden floor or dirt floor?
No, it was, wooden floor, and they used to have carpets. Especially Turkey had beautiful carpets. And they used to have mattresses, and we all used to sleep in the same room. Probably when children got older, they used to sleep in a different room. But they were small, they slept in the same room with the parents. And
was there furniture in the other parts of the house? Or?
There was table. The kitchen, they had the dishes in the kitchen, and sometimes they used to eat outside. And besides the room, there was like a deck, and they used to put tables there. We used to eat there, and then sleep in the rooms. But in the rooms, they didn't have too many chairs. They had benches all around the house. They used to build benches and fill it up nice with mattresses and pillows, and very comfortable.
So it was comfortable.
It was comfortable, yes.
And you talked about eating. What sorts of things did you eat?
Oh, we used to eat very good.
What kinds of food?
What kind of food?
In Turkey?
In Turkey, they had a lot of vegetables. We used to have a lot of vegetables, which when we came here, we didn't have that. They didn't know about it, but we knew. And they used to make beautiful meals.
Your mother, did she do the cooking?
Oh, yes.
Was she a good cook?
Sure she was.
Did she teach you how to cook?
Well, I'll tell you, no, I couldn't learn from my mother in Turkey, but when I came here, I was a little older. I learned a little bit, but I learned mostly when I got married.
I see. Out of necessity.
Yes. So I learned how to cook. We used to have lentils, beans, rice, all kinds of vegetables. They used to have brains. They used to make all kinds of meat. They had lamb chops. Mm-hmm. They had chopped meat. They used to make hamburgers and meat loaf. No, not meatloaf. Hamburgers and spaghetti and meatballs. They used to make, and they used to make their own tomato sauce. In the summer, they used to get a lot of tomatoes and cook them for hours and hours and hours. They used to make delicious tomato paste, and that you could eat a whole bread with it.
Did your mother make bread? Did she?
Yes, they used to bake bread. Yeah, they used to bake bread. They used to make cookies. They made a lot of things. They used to boil eggs for Saturday, and they used to make like knishes to feed the children on Saturdays after they came from shul, and all of these things. And
Let's talk about, because obviously the Jewish religion is so important in your day-to-day life. Let's talk a little bit about your religious life at that time. Would you say you were a religious family?
yes, in Turkey we were very religious and really Orthodox. But when we came here, it was a little different.
In the town in Turkey that you lived in, was there a large Jewish population?
Was there what?
A large Jewish population? Were there?
Yes, yes. There was. We all lived, we can say, maybe in 3, 4, 5 blocks, maybe 6 blocks was all the Jewish. And among that, they were Turkish. They were very friendly. They used to come. We used
Turkish
to go
Christians,
to
you mean?
them.
Who were friendly to the Jews?
Yeah, Christians. I don't know if they believed in Mohammed. Not Christ. Yeah, they were Islamic. They were very good. They used to come visit, and we used to go to them, and they were very, really good. They opened the doors for all these people, and that's.
Was there a synagogue nearby?
Oh yes, that was a beautiful synagogue.
Can you describe that a little bit?
No,
what it looked like?
The synagogue. He'll describe it. I'm going to show you a picture.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit.
The synagogue, I remember, my father used to take us on the holidays, Saturdays. There was a special place for women on the upper decks.
Like
and
a
they were
balcony
at the balcony. They had what do you call these things? So you couldn't see. They were like
a screen.
Screen, like this.
And that's where the women sat.
Yeah, for the women's section.
Why did the women have to sit behind a screen?
Well, if you remember here, the Jewish people, the Orthodox people, they put a curtain between the men and the women. But by us in Turkey, was that on the balcony there were screens that they look through, so the men shouldn't look at the ladies, or the ladies don't look at the men. But you could see through.
As a child, did you and your brothers and sisters sit with your mother upstairs, or did the boys go sit with your father and downstairs?
Well, I don't remember. My father, during the holidays, he used to take my brother, my oldest brother, that was the only one that was old enough. He used to take him to shul with him, and we used to sit with my mother. We used to sit upstairs with my mother.
I see.
And the little one also, my mother used to take him in her arms and bring him upstairs where we used to sit.
Can you describe some of the holiday celebrations?
The
for
holidays.
Instance, what did you do? Could you describe like a Passover celebration?
Passover celebration. Before Passover, all the rooms had to be scraped with a brush and take the wood out.
Take the wood out.
Scrape so much that they used to so clean. And God forbid, you couldn't go to the room. You couldn't go. There was a special room, and we used to take our shoes outside. We never went anyway. We never went in the room with shoes. Always we used to leave the shoes outside. And a few days before Passover, we used to eat in the courtyard. We couldn't eat in the room. God forbid, there's going to be crumbs. And it was beautiful. Then when the night after holiday came, and the families, 1 or 2 families, used to get together, relatives, and they used to have a beautiful Seder, and the Seder used to take maybe 6 hours. And the children used to fall asleep. By the time they're going to eat, they fell asleep already. And even the women were very tired from all the work and all the cleaning and cooking, because on Saturdays they don't cook. They had to cook for a few days for the holidays. And it was very nice holiday, and the children, we used to get new clothes on Passover.
Did your mother make them?
Yes. My mother made them, or somebody helped. and because there weren't any ready-made clothes there, even the underwear, they used to make it. And it was, and then they went to shul. They came from shul. It was a beautiful, joyous celebration of Passover.
You talk about the family being there. What other family members came? Who else was in town?
Oh, my father's brother and nephews, nieces from my mother's side, and my mother had sisters and children from those, so that we all used to get together.
Were your grandparents alive at that time?
Yes, my grandparents were alive. When I left Turkey, one of my grandmothers was passed away, but my grandfather was alive, and one of my grandfathers on my father's side passed away before we came.
I see.
But my mother's side was alive. But my grandmother on my father's side was alive. We left her in Turkey.
Did you spend a lot of time with your grandparents
Oh, yes.
on both sides?
See, my grandfather on my father's side, he used to work in the outskirts, and he used to. He also was a tinsmith, and he was away. And I used to stay with my grandmother in her house, she shouldn't be alone. Mm-hmm. And my grandfather used to come on Passover. They used to stay away for a long time, and maybe during holidays, certain holidays, he used to come for a few days and go back. I suppose he used to stay in some hotel or something, whatever they had in that time. And I always stayed with my grandmother, but many times I used to say, "Grandma, I don't want to stay. I want to go home." Well, I must have been about 6, 7. I wasn't 10. I was 10 when I came here.
What describe grandmother to me? What was she like?
Oh, she was good.
What did she look like?
I have no pictures. Too bad I have no pictures. She was an elderly woman, and she wasn't very tall. She was very good. She was very good. She'd give anything to the grandchildren. And
did they have a nice house?
No, they used to rent. My grandmother used to rent in somebody else's house. They used to rent 1 or 2 rooms, and that's where I stayed with her most of the time till my grandfather used to come home. Then I used to go home.
I see.
And that's it.
All right. Well,
on my mother's side, my grandmother died while we were there.
Do you remember that happening?
Yes.
Do you remember when she died?
Yes,
Did you
yes.
have to go to the funeral?
And nobody would know. At those times, they don't. When my grandmother, there was cholera. And, the Jewish people, they have to wash them. So as soon as my grandmother passed away, my mother got a few of her friends, there's special people that wash them and clean them before the government comes in, and they quarantine the place.
You're talking about washing the body.
Yes. And before the government would come in, and they would quarantine the whole place. So they did, and they brought him to the cemetery. The women didn't go. The women and everything, the men took them, and everything was okay. And that was maybe 2-3 years before we left Turkey.
One other, while we're still in Turkey, before we bring you to America, I want to ask one question. Do you ever remember any kind of religious persecution? You said that you got along pretty well with the non-Jewish community. So did you ever experience, or did your parents ever experience, or grandparents, any kind of anti-Semitic behavior?
Not in my father's time or in my time. No, we
Community all
kids.
got along.
Yes, everybody got along, and we went to school. The boys, there was a special boys' school and a girls' school.
Was this a Jewish school that you went to?
Yeah, it was the Jewish. There weren't any Christians. There was a Greek school. Some Jewish people, some, not all of them, maybe 2-3 people wanted to learn the language, so they also went to Greek school. They learned how to talk Greek. There was Greek in Turkey, and there were Turkish. But we used to speak Turkish too. We learned Turkish. But our language is Ladino. We spoke the Spanish from the Spain. We learned in the house we used to speak Ladino. Outside with the Turks we had to speak Turkish. We learned Turkish. And French we used to speak in school, and they used to we had to speak when we were the kids. When we were outside, we had to speak French, and there were monitors in back of us. If we spoke Spanish, the Ladino, you have to pay a penny, and a penny is a lot. Where would you get a penny in those days? So we made it our business. They made it our business that we spoke fluently, and it was very nice to know.
Yeah, very. It sounds like you had a very sort of international bringing up.
Yes,
You spoke a lot
yes.
of languages. And...
Yes.
All right, well, let's bring you over to America now. Your father's already come over, and he's been sending money back and forth. So talk about a little bit. You said your mother was getting ready to sell all the possessions.
To sell all the things she got whatever she got, and then it was time to leave.
Do you remember packing?
Packing? No, I don't remember. We didn't have to pack too much.
You didn't bring very much.
No, not too much. Maybe she had a carpet or something, a couple of pillows, something like that. And the rest, she sold it. When we left Turkey, we left a big group from the same town.
Oh, a whole group from
that town? A whole group from the same town. We went to Istanbul.
How did you get there?
By train. There was a train.
Do you remember the train ride at all?
Very little. I remember the train. So my mother had 2 sisters in Istanbul. So we went there, and they got a room for us to stay till it was time to leave.
This was in a hotel?
No, it wasn't a hotel. It must have been a renting house, something like that, not a hotel. And we were there for some time. I don't remember exactly how long.
Did you all stay in that one room?
Yes. We stayed all in one room. We couldn't afford it. We had to pay. My mother didn't have that much money. And it just happened that we had to stay longer than we had to. So finally, when the time came, we left Turkey. On that trip, my aunts gave my mother a jar of jelly to give it to the sister in America. So my mother took it, and then we boarded, all that group that I said, we boarded a boat. With that boat, it wasn't a regular, a big boat. It must have been like I don't know, a very small boat with chickens all over. It was terrible, but the trip, I don't remember how long it took from Istanbul to Greece.
Patras.
Patras, yes, Greece.
This is from Istanbul. You took the boat to Patras.
Yeah, that's where the boat was going to come to dock for the big boat to come to America.
So where did you? The chickens weren't where you were sleeping, were they? Where?
I'm telling you, the chickens were running all around. We were all buggy. Well, they have bugs. We had 2 with them. And finally, we arrived in Patras, and we went to a hotel. The big group, they bought tickets from Istanbul, but my father sent them from America. They had the privilege of having a lot of food. I don't know how it was, but they had plenty of food. But we didn't have that. We had to buy. If we had money, we would have bought. And when we arrived there, they went into their rooms, and my mother had to go on the top floor. It must have been 2 or 3 flights up. Near the roof, there was a room. We slept there, and outside in the roof, during the day, we used to sit in the roof and play there, the kids. And my mother used to go down to buy bread. And sometime at the beginning, she had a few pennies, whatever she had. She used to bring some cheese. But after, there was no money for those things. And we used the jelly. My mother used the jelly till we came. Bread and jelly was till finally 2 weeks we were there. My mother was broke. A few pennies she had with whatever kind of money they used. And then the boat came.
So you were in Patras for 2 weeks then?
Almost.
Kind of living hand to mouth.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was very bad because the boat was delayed.
much of a group had come from
Maybe,
Edinburgh?